Hi everyone, hi me. So today we are here just to discuss about the book that we already read, and that is called 1984. So first of all, we are going to give our point of view, to say what we think, what we believe about the characters, if what we like the most, or what didn't like about the book. So we are going to discuss a little bit about all that we have learned in all the over the period of time that we read the book. So we are going to start.
Hi everyone. From my point of view about the novel, I can mention that it is very interesting and that I really like reading it. Sign it shows us a context of our current society, because in our society, the rights of people and free opinion are not respected.
Hello everyone. Well, I found this book a little difficult to read because of the sad, deep, and dark plot that it is described on it. And just imagine a world where you are completely observed by an authority. And that's a little creepy. And another thing that I didn't like so much was that there were many details that made the story slow and sometimes a little boring. But besides that, it was interesting to read about this kind of world that this author has created. And because in my opinion, that world is not so far from our reality. That's all for me.
Well, hi. For me, I found the book really interesting. And to be honest, it's because there is a similar situation in North Korea in which the government controls everything. And in fact, there is prohibited say something bad about the government. So that situation reminds me the book and how the Big Brother controls everything that people do and people say. So also, I really like that when I was reading the book, it makes me think about, in some way, how lucky we are to live here. And I know that, yeah, we live in a poor country and there's many things that are not right here, but at least we have a freedom of expression, and that is important to me. So I will say that I really like the book. I enjoy reading it. I think that it has an incredible plot, and I don't know, I think that it has an special power to makes you think about how will you be your life if you were in that situation. I mean, it will be horrible, but I really enjoyed the book.
Hello guys, I agree with you. This is a really interesting book because it shows us in some aspects as how the governments are all the time thinking about their well-being, as the media show us certain aspects, in human aspects, and they make us see it as normal terms. One of the most interesting acts that I found in the book was that the government technique in violently re-educating those who thought differently from their orders. So this book makes me reflect on certain actions that we can observe in our country, and so I think that this is a great book because the plot is interesting. Also make us see how we can repeat the history if we don't read.
Hello guys, I would like to share that I agree with your opinions, and something that really caught my attention in this book is that the author plays with the setting, with the age, and maybe according to the years of the war, because they were finished the war those years. But what was really interesting is that it's describing exactly what is occurring in currently society. Okay, maybe he doesn't imagine that it could success in these years, but it's already occurring in our country, and as my classmate said, in the country of North Korea. I consider the best example. It's too relative with the book, but if our society do not take care of those actions of the government, especially in our country, because we already know what is happening in our country, and if we do not have the spirit of Winston and Julia, and maybe the government can take over all the control of the country, as in the end of the book. So it really makes us reflect about our situation and how we as society handle it. That's all.
Okay, interesting point of view. So this is mine. So at the beginning of the class, when the miss said that we were going to read the book, and the book had a relationship with the Hunger Games, I was like, I read the profile of the book first, and I was like, no, that is not like Hunger Games. It was my opinion because I didn't read the book in that time. Then when I started reading the book, it was like, it blew my mind because I started creating a real comparison between the similarities of what is happening now with our society, as Daniela were saying, and what happened into the book. So it's interesting when you have a real analysis of one short history or a large history. And in this case, we can say that our society is suffering, or it just handled between this situation or through this situation that the book is talking about. Something especially that I really liked when I was reading the book was that the love always makes the war, and that is something that the book mentioned, because the Ministry of Love were studying all the war, and I was like, yes, it's like in real life when we have a couple, we have a boyfriend, girlfriend, love makes the war. We start fighting, and it was interesting because we think that someone can change our mind depending on the situation that we're in. And in this case, the Big Brother wanted to change the mind of everyone, changing all their past, changing all their lives. Sorry, and I think that it's something that we are handled in these times. It's something that we need to control, to take control, because if we don't do anything, it's something that it is going to take control of us, as you said. So it was interesting. I really liked it, and I have like the feeling that I feel excited to watch again Hunger Games, to see the little details that Julissa mentioned that the book has, and Marjorie mentioned too that the book has a lot of details. In those details, if you put attention into the movies, it's something that we are going able to appreciate in this case. So it was interesting. So I don't know if you have any other opinion. No? Okay. It was nice to hear your point of view. It was nice to discuss about this. I think that we can learn a little bit more. Myth, okay, this was our discussion. It was great. We learned a lot, and with the exams, well, I think that we put in practice all that we can read. So it was nice to have you here, guys. Thank you, Miss, for your attention, and see you in other time. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.